Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy BurkCrown88 coming out with another YouTube video. I've had some questions about strategies. So today I'm going to go over the strategies I use, and I'm going to kind of show some things on why. And it might touch on why you see this happening for some people and not yourself. Maybe you're not using these set of strategies that they are, and you're noticing their players are lining up in certain spots and yours aren't. Unfortunately, there's something that EA hasn't done, and they haven't made it so you can use more than just overload in practice mode. I don't know for the life of me why. So to test out behind the net and crash the net, you have to actually do it in game. When if you go into practice mode, you can test out overload, and then you can play with stuff, see where your guys go and how they react. And that is why a lot of people might run overload, because you can go to practice mode and test things out. So let's go look at it. We're gonna go look at overload first, and then we're gonna go to our strategies. I'm gonna move the guys around on the ice a little bit so you can see what I mean, and you're probably gonna see a lot of the stuff you see online. So let's go into it. If you do like the video, guys, give it a thumbs up and hit that comment section below if you use overload or if you use something else and why you use it. Well, let's go, guys. Okay, well, before I do that, let me move the camera for now, and we'll bring it back up after the gameplay. So what you're going to notice here in overload is when you're sitting behind your net, both of your wingers are sitting on the post. And that might be the behind the net goal that happens to quite a few of us, where they're spending time behind the net, skating backwards, and they're trying to get that pass off for the quick shot. That's one way how they're doing it, is how the overload stacks up. And another one you're going to notice is in the corner. Overload will stack up 3 on the boards and 2 on the far side. This is perfect for cycling the puck, right? Because you pass it, and as you pass it around, your players will cycle. And you'll notice when you're on the blue line, you're actually setting up a little triangle for cycling the puck. Terrible pass. And as we see here, we're on the blue line. You got Marner right below you for a quick outlet pass down. You got your other defenseman across, but you also have Matthews lined up right in front of the goalie. The goalie's peeking around, but right in front of the goalie, he's there for the tip. Or you've got Kerfoot deep at the circle for a wide outlet pass as well. So overload gives you a lot of options. You can either keep the cycle going, or you got a man in for the tip. And then if you go to the boards here, we'll go to the corner. Another really good set play for overload is you can go behind the net, yes, and we already went over what that does for you. But if you're in the corner, if you come up the boards, Matthews will kick out, and that sets up the play for a cut and then a cross crease pass. And then again, we'll do it from this side. You don't need to send that cross crease, because you can just use that and you can cut back in and do a short side shot. So you can come up and he can cut across, and then you can just short side it. And again, this is what practice mode's for, guys. When you come up, he kicks across. That wasn't how we draw it up, but that it works. Now, if you're in the slot, you'll notice that in overload, they line up on both outsides. Now remember, when playing in HUT, we have opposite hands. So when you're in the slot, they will both be set up with the opposite hands for the one-timer. So that'll be a little different. You can play around with that as well. Okay, and now when we're looking at our team strategies, we'll start with the offense first. All the lines are going to be the same for me, because I want everyone to play the same, because all 4 of my lines are stacked and they're built with a ton of skill, and they're all set up for success. There's no line specific scenarios. Well, there's 2, but that's the Bobby Holik and the Claude Giroux first and third line. They're just specific on faceoffs, because those 2 guys are 99, and when the faceoff's in my zone, I want one of those 2 lines out. So that's the only line specific scenario I have. But so we run overload, and we just went over this the situation you can use it in, how you can use it, and why I like it. But remember, guys, all this is subject to how you play and your play style. But don't forget, you can read the descriptions, right? So overload, set up in the corner with all offense personnel on one side of the ice. Cycle the puck, use player movement, misdirection, and quick puck movement along the outside of the ice to pull defensive players out of position and create scoring opportunities. So overload is literally telling you to cycle the puck around the perimeter of the net and open up your own chances by making the defense make mistakes. And then crash the net. Crowd the front of the net using puck movement along the outside of the boards in offensive zone, allowing shots from the point. Great for taking away the goalie's vision to open up shots through screens, deflections, opportunities, and scoring off rebound. Now, if that sounds like you, if you do a lot of shooting from the point, you like tip shots, or you like rebounds, crash the net might be for you. Controlling the puck low behind the net, cycle the puck down low, and use quick puck movement to open up scoring opportunities in the slot. That is just behind the net, but I don't find a lot of people are running behind the net right now because of how strong overload is, or crash the net, depending on if you're taking those point shots. But overload is so good, I think more people are leaning towards that. Now, this is all how you want to take it. I am 0 on carry, nothing on dump, because if you've noticed this year, the AI is not the best at situational awareness, and they'll skate offside a ton. Maybe it's because you have your dump too high and they're not expecting you to carry it in, so they're rushing in for the dump and chase. Maybe that's why, right? Determines whether or not the AI will try to carry the puck into the offensive zone or dump. We want it down to 0 because I don't want the AI thinking, hey, get going and create the offside. I'm hoping that at 0, the AI holds the line, waits for us to go, and then they go. You still get the offsides. Like, I don't know why the AI drifts offside, then stops and waits. It gets frustrating, but it is what it is. Cycle and shoot. My 3 offensive players are there to cycle the puck around. The defensive players will be taking the shots. I should be running crash the net, but I like the way overload positions around the ice. And I use the movement of the AI in overload to manipulate plays. With a team as stacked as mine, I do not want efficiency. I want high energy. I want them non-stop going. Just burn, 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 burn. That's why I have it full. Block is, you're usually blocking, but if my AI's in spot, sure, take a block. It doesn't really matter though, because you are usually using the guy that blocks. All of my lines are the same. And then defense, like I said, my forwards cycle the puck, my defense shoot. That's why I have defense shooting so high. Hold and pinch the line. I don't really notice a difference if they're holding the line or pinching, or I just leave that flat because, I mean, I don't want them taking unnecessary AI risks. If the AI was a little bit smarter in this game, sure, but we just hold it flat. Just stay neutral and just play defense. So I run on my forecheck weak side lock because the majority of zone exits are up the boards, where they'll come from behind their net and they'll fire it up the boards. If they go through the middle, you have that winger and defenseman there, but 90% of the time they exit coming up the boards, and I want that defenseman pinching on the boards, and I want that winger tight on the boards. That's why I want to run weak side lock. And then 1-2-2 blue, I run that because that has your forwards at their blue line. That's why it's 1-2-2 blue, because it's at their blue line and they're still keeping neutral zone pressure and not just giving the neutral zone to give entry to your zone in there. And that's why I take 1-2-2 blue. Now, to take a quick look at 1-2-2 red, you'll see the forwards are back at center ice, and that's letting the team push into the neutral zone, and you're just conceding the neutral zone, and you're going to try to defend entry into your zone. I don't want that. I want to push them right away before they start making any decisions. And then offensive zone, we want full forecheck. We want go, 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 go. And again, high pressure because our entire team is stacked, so we don't need to worry about anything. We just want our team always being aggressive and always getting on the player. I run defensive strategy collapsing because, in my opinion, I want everything to collapse in front of the net. I'm still playing with this to try to figure out the strategy perfect for face-offs. Because if you noticed, when you lose a face-off and the player throws it to back to their D and then back up to their centerman, and he's coming across into your zone, your defense will part. And then they'll just wide open free shot for the goal. So I've been playing with defensive strategies to figure that out. How not to do that and collapse them into the net. Offensive strategies, we want full aggression. Now, controlling the breakout, this is only going to matter if you sit behind your net and wait for that play to develop. If you're not going to wait for that play to develop, then this actual strategy does not matter. And no, guys, sitting behind your net to set up your exit is not regging. Regging is when you sit behind your net for an excessive amount of time. If you get control of the puck in your zone and you go behind your net for a second to let your players move into the position they need to move in, that's not regging, that's setting up a play. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And I stay wide, just that allows the weak side winger his opportunity to break it. But yeah, guys, those are my strategies, and I did go over a couple of strategies on why I use things I use and how I've set up my team for the best success on my play style. And if it's the same as you guys and you find that these help, hit that comment section down below. Or if you run something different and why, throw that down there too, because I'd love reading stuff like that. But I really do hope this video helped, guys, and if it did, thumbs up. And until next time, ciao, ciao.